at our luxurious hotel. Show you a little bit of the inside. Very luxurious. Only one end table. I had to use a chair for an end table. Sue's very impressed. Not. The swimming pool, it's closed. I think it's kind of green. This is what, a Days Inn Wyndham? Is it a Wyndham?
At Wyndham, looks like.
At Wyndham. Where are we at? In Amherst, Ohio? Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
We're in Amherst, Ohio. At the Days Inn. Very luxurious here. I thought I'd show you around just a little bit. Yeah, the temperature is nice. It's probably barely 80. I'm going to say it might, in the sun you might be 81 or 82. This is the car we got to drive. It's a Rogue. It's a Nissan Rogue. One of those SUVs. It's alright. It's got some fancy features to it. Get a little used to it. Swimming pool looks a little bit on the, I think it's kind of green. Yeah, there's stuff in the bottom floating. So I don't believe we'll be taking advantage of the swimming pool. And this is where we're staying in beautiful Amherst. Alright, we're here at Avon Lake. Is this Avon Lake?
I believe.
Avon Lake at a park.
Veterans Memorial Park.
It's called Veterans Memorial Park. Nice and clean. They've got a building here. I'm not sure what's inside of it or anything.
It's probably a meeting room or something.
Nice white building, very white. This is up on Lake Erie. Looks like over here there's a boat launch. Nice little deck there with rocking chairs. Looks like it could even be a hotel. I don't know. Like curtains and stuff at the little bit. There's a squirrel. Squirrels in Ohio, their bellies are a little more golden looking than the squirrels in Florida. I don't know if it's just the weather or what. They probably have thicker fur. In fact, I can really tell their fur is a lot thicker because we have extremely cold winters here, and compared to our Florida winters that are really mild. So they do tend to have a little different colorings and thicker fur than they do down in Florida. Good morning. south, and we're flying in a Delta. We're up here by St. Augustine and heading down along the coast. It was a nice ride down through there. This was like 11 a.m. in the morning. We were coming in, we were coming out of Atlanta, heading down towards Daytona Beach, and just making our way south. But we were lucky enough that the pilot took us right down along the coast, and so we was able to see some of the sights down along it. So we start here, we're just coming through St. Augustine, and as we continue to move south, we'll be coming up to the St. Augustine Inlet. This is one of the inlets where you can bring your boat into the Halifax River. There's not many of them. I mean, they're quite a ways spaced apart. Some of them are, I don't know how many miles. I'd have to figure that one out. But in order to get back into the intercoastal, you have to find one of the inlets. And this happens to be the St. Augustine Inlet. It was a nice clear day. We was able to see to the ground. It was just a tiny bit of cloud cover, so was able to film this. It was a little jerky trying to hold the camera to the window of the plane, so that's kind of a fun project in itself. St. Augustine's a great place to visit. Old town, and it's one of the supposedly is the oldest city in the United States. Ponce de Leon discovered that, and I don't know what years. I'm sure it was back in 17 something, but don't hold me on that. We'll often take a drive up that way and just visit St. Augustine as just a day trip. A1A runs all the way down across here. A1A goes all the way from Key West all the way up to state of Maine. You can follow it all the way up through there. It's a picturesque drive. It's not the fastest way to go, but it's the most scenic way to go, taking that A1A. You can see there's a lot of homes with canals built along the intercoastal there. A lot of people have the boats there, and they can take their boats out onto the intercoastal or go out one of the inlets and take it out and do a little ocean fishing. I see these, it looks like a slick out there in the ocean, and I'm not really sure what that is, so if anyone's know, leave a comment in the comments section below. As we coming down, this is Matanzas Inlet. It's one of the inlets. This is a real tricky inlet for a boater to come into. There's a lot of sandbars there. You kind of got to go north of it and then head south. I don't know if you can quite see it, but you can see the white lines in there. And there's just a little channel that you have to come in, so it could be a tricky inlet there. But yeah, you have to go north, then head south to get into the intercoastal from here. This area just kind of looks like New England coast when you drive down across it. Some beautiful homes up in stilts. It just kind of gives you that impression like you're up into New England. As we continue south, we're into Marineland. Marineland had, I'm thinking it was probably in the 40s, maybe 50s, that they filmed several movies, some underwater movies there. I think Sea Hunt might have been filmed there. But it's a great place to visit. You can actually swim with the dolphins, and they have a lot of aquariums there that you can, view the fish there. And it's just a real nice place to visit when you're up into that area. And as we continue heading down south here, we'll be coming up on the city of Palm Coast. Palm Coast at one time was one of the fastest growing cities in the country, and I think it has slowed down the growth of it, but there's a lot of homes built on canals, and you can have your boat right in your backyard, have a dock right off your backyard, go out to the canal and make your way out into the intercoastal. And if you want to venture on up out of one of the inlets, you got an inlet, and maybe go out and do some ocean fishing. I used to do a lot of work in this area when I was doing boat work there. I would be at people's homes and doing bimini tops and stuff here at Palm Coast on it. So really a nice, a fairly wealthy community. A lot of golf courses and stuff in this area. And so it's a great place. Like I said, it was very popular at one point, and I don't know if the sales of homes have still increasing or not, but it was one of the fastest growing cities in the country. So as we keep on heading south there, our destination is Daytona Beach to Daytona International Speedway is right there at the airport, and that's where we'll be landing.